When foreign investors establish a company in Vietnam, operations are often divided into separate areas. Lawyers handle legal matters, accountants handle tax and bookkeeping, and management focuses on business growth. At first, this structure appears logical. But many foreign-owned companies later discover something important. In Vietnam, accounting and legal compliance are deeply connected. A problem that begins inside the accounting system can quickly become a legal issue affecting licenses, taxes, labor compliance, banking relationships, audits, and even the operational stability of the company itself. Unfortunately, many foreign investors only realize this connection after regulators, auditors, or tax authorities begin asking difficult questions. One of the biggest misunderstandings foreign investors have is viewing accounting purely as financial administration. In reality, accounting records in Vietnam often function as legal evidence. Invoices, payroll records, contracts, bank transactions, tax filings, and supporting documentation may later be reviewed by multiple authorities to assess whether the company is operating compliantly. This means accounting records do not exist separately from legal obligations. They directly support the company's legal position during audits, inspections, disputes, tax reviews, and licensing procedures. If accounting records are inconsistent or incomplete, the issue quickly becomes more than a bookkeeping problem, it becomes a legal vulnerability. Many legal problems in foreign-owned companies begin with seemingly small accounting weaknesses. For example, payroll declarations may not align with labor contracts, tax filings may conflict with operational activities. Intercompany transactions may lack sufficient supporting agreements, or invoices may not properly support recorded expenses. At first, these issues may appear administrative. But during tax inspections, labor reviews, or audits, authorities often compare information across multiple compliance systems. And if inconsistencies appear, regulators may begin questioning whether the company's operations themselves are legally compliant. This is why accounting mistakes in Vietnam often trigger broader legal consequences. One of the clearest examples of the connection between accounting and legal compliance in Vietnam involves payroll management. Payroll is not only an accounting matter, it also involves labor law, personal income tax, social insurance obligations, and employment documentation. If payroll records do not align with labor contracts or insurance declarations, the company may face exposure across multiple regulatory areas simultaneously. This means a payroll inconsistency may eventually affect tax compliance, labor inspections, work permit procedures, or even future visa and immigration applications for foreign employees. For foreign investors unfamiliar with Vietnam's compliance environment, these connections are often underestimated. Many foreign investors also fail to realize how accounting compliance may affect operational licensing in Vietnam. In some situations, licensing procedures, investment adjustments, or operational approvals may require audited financial statements, tax compliance confirmation, or accounting documentation. If accounting records are weak or inconsistent, the company may encounter delays or additional scrutiny during regulatory procedures. This becomes especially important for FDI companies operating in regulated industries or businesses requiring multiple sub-licenses. Because in Vietnam, regulators increasingly expect stronger financial transparency and documentation discipline from foreign-owned businesses. Many foreign investors view annual audits as purely financial exercises, but in reality, audits frequently expose broader legal and operational risks. Auditors may identify unsupported transactions, weak documentation, intercompany arrangements lacking sufficient contracts, or payroll inconsistencies affecting labor compliance. Once these issues become visible, they may later attract additional attention from tax authorities, regulators, or banking institutions. This is why experienced foreign investors increasingly understand that audit readiness is not only about accounting quality, it is also about legal defensibility, because weak accounting records often signal deeper compliance weaknesses inside the company itself. Many startups and SME foreign investors entering Vietnam understandably focus heavily on controlling operational costs. And accounting providers are frequently selected based mainly on low fees, but low-cost accounting structures often create hidden legal exposure later. Some providers focus only on filing reports mechanically, without understanding how accounting decisions affect labor compliance, licensing obligations, audit readiness, or legal risk management. As long as no inspection or dispute occurs, the weaknesses may remain hidden, but once authorities begin reviewing the company's operations, accounting inconsistencies often become evidence of broader compliance failures. At that point, the company may face not only tax exposure, but operational and legal instability as well. Imagine a foreign-owned consulting company operating successfully in Vietnam. The business grows steadily, employees are hired, operations expand, monthly reports are filed regularly. Management assumes compliance is functioning normally, but during annual audit preparation, multiple inconsistencies appear. Payroll records do not fully align with labor contracts. Several intercompany payments lack sufficient agreements, and expense documentation is incomplete. Auditors then raise concerns. Tax authorities request clarification, and management suddenly realizes the accounting system was never properly coordinated with the company's broader legal obligations. What initially appeared to be accounting weaknesses gradually evolves into a larger compliance problem affecting multiple areas of the business. This situation is more common among FDI companies in Vietnam than many investors expect. For foreign-owned companies in Vietnam, accounting, tax, labor, licensing, and legal compliance cannot be managed entirely separately. These systems constantly interact with each other, and weaknesses in one area often create exposure in another. This is why experienced foreign investors increasingly prioritize coordinated compliance structures supported by professionals who understand how accounting and legal obligations overlap in practice. At LTS Law, we regularly advise foreign investors on operational risks connected to accounting, compliance management, and legal structuring in Vietnam. Although LTS Law does not directly provide accounting services, we help clients identify professionally assessed accounting and audit partners experienced in supporting FDI companies with stronger transparency, responsiveness, English communication capability, and practical compliance understanding. Many foreign investors only recognize the connection between accounting and legal compliance after regulators begin asking difficult questions, but by that stage, correcting structural weaknesses often becomes expensive and stressful. At LTS Law, we help foreign investors understand that sustainable business operations in Vietnam require more than incorporation and tax filing. They require compliance systems capable of protecting the company legally, financially, and operationally over the long term. If you are operating or planning to establish a foreign invested company in Vietnam and want guidance on compliance management, audit readiness, or selecting suitable accounting and audit partners, book a consultation with LTS Law, because in Vietnam, accounting issues rarely stay just accounting issues for very long.